You know what, Charlie? I think he's right, dude. Only a couple jabronis come out here without skates on. I gotta do this thing in skates, man. You know, work up a routine, really jazz the crowd.
You know, can I stop you, though?
Yeah.
You keep using this word jabroni, and it's awesome.
First of all, iconic. I didn't know people still used the word jabroni. The last time I've heard that, I think, was 1990. It was a tremendous throwback.
I never stopped using it.
You've been using it ever since?
So, yeah. What?
Yeah,
And then everyone said jabroni.
What is that? The future of radio, you jabronis.
Cool word. Hey, jabroni, show some class.
She's right, Andy. You're being a jabroni.
Jabroni, J-A-B-R-O-N-I-X-Y-Z, A-B-C. Oh, it doesn't matter how you spell jabroni.
We don't believe you jabronis. Nah. We don't believe you jabronis. Nah. We don't believe you jabronis.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the jaBROnis. And for the first time in a long time, we're coming live. We're live on the YouTubes, the Twitter, the Twitch.
Uncensored,
yeah. That's maybe the problem. I'm Topher McCann. He's Mike Butler. Back for another week of wrestling shenanigans. Where to begin? Well, let's start. What's going on? How are things? How's life?
Things are all right. I can't complain. Nothing new.
Nothing new going on.
No, not really.
Liking the frames. So can we talk about the frames now?
We can talk about it. I guess. So here's the deal. I hadn't been to the eye doctor in quite some time. I told the person 5 years, probably longer than that. And you know, hey, things happen. Had an eye exam. I was also very sick. Had a very serious cold. So my eyes are all watery on top of allergies. It's really bad. Finish up the exam. And I'm looking at glasses, you know, and honestly, I'm not really paying attention to where I was, where I'm at. I'm trying to get the hell out of there just because I want to go home. It's Memorial Day. I want to go home. And then I got in there to today. Got the glasses. I didn't think anything of it. But then I turned to my wife. She looks at me. Weird. I'm like, what? It's like, why do you look like a cat? A cat? It's like, yeah. Then I look in the mirror and I'm like, this looks very cat-like. And then I take them off. And, you know, they got little writings on here, I guess like a serial number and stuff. And there's a W on there. And I know what that means. You know. If it said M, I would know what that means. It says W. So I'm sporting some nice ladies' glasses.
I didn't realize with coats they do that as well, because for a while there was a coat and the buttons are on. For a women's like pea coat, like the buttons are on an opposite side, and that's how you can tell apparently.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so that's how I found out like 2 winters ago that I was wearing a women's coat for a while. I don't get the when I saw them originally, I thought, you know, those sunglasses, like the God damn it, they're girls though. The hot chick from the Sandlot. Those kind of sunglasses.
Peppercorn, Wendy Peppercorn.
Yes, that do the curve.
Yes.
Like they kind of have that a little bit.
They got that going on for them. Yes. Just give me my polka dotted one piece and I'm all set.
Frame glasses, I think they look solid. They look.
I mean, like looking at them now and watching me move around with them, I don't like hate it, but it's still kind of funny that almost everyone I ask.
Well, you wanted me to ask my wife, so I sent her the screenshot of it, and then she said that she was sabotaged because you already put the cat thing into her head. So she said that
I don't want to hear that. That's not true. She
her
would have
tried to be nice.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Bitch. That's stupid bitch. All right, but yeah, I wanted to mention that. I thought that was funny. It was a funny thing that happened today. You know who's not having that great of a week, even though he would say that he is having a good week. The Rock.
Oh well, hey.
He had to go on and I think he defended himself on a tweet actually with all of the. So the XFL lost a reported $60 million, and then NBC canceled Young Rock after 3 seasons. So
is that all it was on for? 3 seasons?
Yeah, but at least we got Mexican Undertaker. I think that was the first season we saw Mexican Undertaker.
I mean, that's look. I think that show was not formatted properly. I know for a fact that I didn't like how it jumped in between years.
Did you watch it?
I watched a little of the first season, but I lost interest almost immediately because one minute you're seeing him as a kid, then he's an adult, then you're back to him as a kid, and it's just very.
Is it told like How I Met Your Mother? Like, is The Rock like
So the Rock's the actual Rock is being like the Boulder is actually being interviewed by. If you know Marvel movies, you know the Asian guy.
It's like
he's being interviewed and he's like telling
the story of his life,
basically, yes. But it's different like parts, and you jump from age 10 to age 17 to when he's in the WWE and stuff, and it's not in order,
it worked out enough to get 3 seasons.
And you know what? 3 seasons ain't nothing to be shy about. 3 seasons is okay, I think. And who knows? Maybe if he still wants to pursue it, maybe somebody else will pick it up. Maybe a streaming service. Maybe. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be on Peacock. They don't want any of that.
And so through all this, also he was getting, because he said he would never go back to the Fast franchise, and then he's back in the Fast franchise now. So people were using that kind of more as this guy's trying to go get. I mean, I don't think The Rock needs money. XFL. I mean, it's the first year of a company. I don't run a company, so I mean the ins and outs and everything. I know. As a sports fan who feels like they have a pretty strong grasp on all of sports and social media and what's going on for the most part, I would have to say that the XFL really did not. I mean, I would see random things like retweeted from somebody about the Roughnecks or something, but I mean, it wasn't.
Well, the first mistake was, you didn't have a Philly team. That's mistake number 1. Number 2, I just think anybody who tries to start any type of professional sports league opposite of what is already out there, I don't think it's a move for success. I mean, I can assure you that I will not watch an alternate league to the NFL as much as I kind of hate the NFL. And what it's become,
there's nothing like it.
There's nothing like Sundays, 1:00, 4:00, chilling.
Yeah, there's
stuff, and
AFL, USFL.
The USFL, same thing. I mean, like if it's on at a bar or something, sure, I'll watch it. If there's nothing else on,
and that's a good example too, because that's coming from like the Philadelphia Stars won a championship. They were like the only team to win a championship recently, and it was kind of still just like. And this is
they actually kind of lost it.
But didn't they win it like 2 years ago?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they won the championship. They won it and then they lost it.
Yeah,
but
Well, that's
It
well,
kind
you
of wasn't.
know, it's you see it with a lot of things. I mean, the Arena Football League, I think that's making a comeback. I don't know, but I mean, it shut down. Uh, you got this like fan voting league where like fans vote on what play happens next. You know, To was part of it. I think Mayfield or Manziel was part of it. And it's nobody's gonna watch it. We are so like programmed to watch what's already popular. It would be the same thing for for Major League Baseball if you watch it. It'd be the same thing for NHL if you're a hockey fan. You're not going to go watch another hockey league unless there's like a huge star to draw you in. Not
And
gonna.
it's like
All right.
Ice Cube has a 3-on-3 league too, like a basketball league, and I think that's been going on for a few years. It's like I've never seen one.
But think about it. If Slam Ball restarted, would
like
you
a month
watch
ago when
that
it came
more
out.
than? Would you watch that as much as, if not more than NBA?
No, that's more of like that's like the slap boxing thing. That's like a viral TikTok thing that you'll see online, someone getting dunked on, or I mean, oh man, it always brings me back to Nathan Scott, man. Nathan Scott played some slam ball.
He
So
was
I mean,
he was killing it. Yeah, he was good.
if there's a
Now,
team near Tree Hill, I'm in.
speaking personally, if a slam ball started or an alternate hockey league started, maybe I'd watch because I'm not necessarily the biggest fans of NHL or NBA.
Let's come up with a new hockey sport. How will we do that?
We would have to do something along the lines of rollerball if you ever watch that.
Yeah,
movie.
we have to get rid of the ice.
Yeah, it's straight gravel.
We definitely need bars and gravel.
Yeah, all right. We'll write some stuff down. But I don't think the Rock's sweating this either. I mean, again, it's a very huge expectation to expect a league not only a league that's failed multiple times to all of a sudden be a success because the owner changed. So I don't think this says anything about The Rock. I don't think it says anything about the XFL, except that it's not going to compete with the most watched sport in America.
Yeah. And you get into business ventures. He's in a bunch of business ventures. I mean, he's got a successful tequila business, and I just saw him put pictures up of the whole new like facility they're building for it. It's like it looks ridiculous.
He's got tequila. He's got an energy drink. He's got his own alarm clock. I don't know if you know that. He's got his little rock. He's got a little rock app, is what I'm talking about.
And then also at the same time, he's with the whole fast thing. He's doing a Hobbs movie even before I think the next Fast Part 2 of Fast X comes out. So we'll be fine. XFL
will be fine. And it's also the XFL wasn't meant to like compete with the NFL either. I mean, that's kind of silly too. If XFL was on at the same time as the NFL, then that's a different story. But
yeah,
the XFL was supposed to be like this minor league type deal for the NFL, and the NFL was going to look at the XFL to see if any of their ideas they could use in the NFL. So again, I don't think this is necessarily.
It's a great idea too, because like that is that window of like the end of January, the beginning of February, right when football ends. It's like you kind of just have like basketball's creeping towards the playoffs. Baseball is not started yet. Hockey's still the same as basketball, kind of just creeping towards the playoffs. It's like there's that 2-month period there where, I mean, if something was, because like again, when the XFL first launched, it was pretty. I mean, the running to the middle.
Like when Vince
did it? Yeah, like how big of a. It was like a big thing. It was like the first time someone's like started some new kind of a league.
Oh well,
in our general like the 20th century or whatever, and
yeah, I was actually very pumped for the XFL the first time around.
And just the difference of it from like just to run in the middle and getting the ball first, and the injury that occurred immediately, but just like that was,
I mean,
it's such a cool idea. Like, whoa, what?
I don't mean to plug stuff that we don't do, but the ESPN 30 for 30 on the XFL is, in my opinion, must watch TV. It's so good. If you have not seen it, go search for it. It's so good. But yeah, it's a shame, but you know what? And who's to say? I mean, I don't know. I didn't hear anything about them not coming back. So maybe they will. The thing is, like, it's not like people weren't interested. Like, television places weren't interested. Weren't they on ABC and ESPN and maybe FS1 or something? Like, I mean,
yeah, they were on like a national broadcast.
Those are pretty big channels, so
I guess we got to kind of bounce since we're talking about it. Did you hear? I mean, we talked about it a little while ago, but Disney interested in possibly getting some WWE programming. I mean, how far away are we from watching that stuff on Disney Plus?
I would fucking love it. I wanted Disney to buy the fucking thing in the first place. So what are they saying, that they're trying to get like TV rights or something?
It seems like that's the
interesting.
That's what they're going for, that they would be able to air programming on. And this is a report now. This is just a report. But negotiating window between WWE, Fox, and NBC Universal has ended, which we knew that, and they could go out and talk to other people. Amazon apparently was in discussions to add live pro wrestling to their schedule in addition to having Thursday night football, which again maybe makes sense if you're trying to get that live programming going. And Amazon again is another mega house. But yeah, apparently Disney's interested in getting WWE programming on FX.
Ooh, I could see that.
So
I can see that. I would be very interested in that.
So yeah, because again, like Disney, and ESPN, ABC, they own everybody. So
it's crazy. Speaking of FX and I guess wrestling, I just found this out. I don't know if you know this. I'm a huge fan of Sons of Anarchy, the TV show that used to be on FX, right?
I've watched many shows on FX, but I never got into Sons of Anarchy.
So they have this spinoff right now that's in the final season called The Mayans. I'm not into that, but I just saw that CM Punk has a recurring role on that show. So now I feel like I have to go watch it back and figure out when he came into the fold.
Yeah, I heard he had a guest role on that, and I know he's back doing season 2 of Heels, which I don't think I ever got to the episode, unless he was in the first one, but I remember watching the first episode.
I watched like a few episodes of that, and he is not. He's like, I think he comes in like mid-season.
But I never got to and I liked it too. I remember
yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
I remember the ending where they were like playing the match out, and they had a certain like ending. The match was supposed to go a certain way, and I remember enjoying it, but I just never got to get. So I do need to do that. I believe it's on.
Yeah, I'm terrible with shows.
I gotta get on that though. But yeah, I mean, FX. They said that good thing about FX that programming won't get interrupted for other live sports.
Yes. Yes. You could they're probably way more lenient on if they ask for more time, you know, if they want to do a little overrun or whatever. And not that they'd want to, but you can get away with probably a lot more on FX. If you look at the history of shows on FX, you know.
FX, yeah, that is true. I mean, we got Always Sunny is on there, and they're on FXX now too, right? They have their.
Yeah, there's like a whole bunch of FX stuff. There's like FXM, FXX, FX.
So we'll see what
comes. I would absolutely love that. Now, like just talking about it more.
Yeah, just the picture, the one I sent you, the one I saw, the Roman Reigns next to the Disney logo.
Is that what that meant? I had no. I looked at that and I was like, I wonder what's going on.
With all the like AI technology going on and stuff, I was waiting for someone to have like a Roman Reigns doing the Disney thing, the Disney.
Yeah.
I was waiting for it. I was like, come on, we have the technology now. How do we not have Roman Reigns doing the Disney Channel thing right now? Come on.
Terrible.
But yeah, we'll see what happens with this. The bidding war of 2024 extends more than just MJF. We got television deals and we have returns. On Friday, we saw the return of the Queen, Charlotte Flair. She's back. First time since WrestleMania. And, you know, she returns. She wants a title shot.
Of course.
But we saw before that Adam Pearce and Bianca had a little thing about her getting her rematch, which is fair. We had a historic title reign.
Yeah.
But yeah, we get Asuka gets her new title, as well as just Rhea also got her new title as well. So we're matching up now. They did everything with the.
I like this idea better.
Gold, the WWE,
yes, like keeping it gold, and you know, I know people aren't the biggest fans of either of them. I do believe that the undisputed title makes the world heavyweight title look way better than it maybe actually is, even though I didn't think it was that bad in the first place. Not saying that the undisputed title is terrible either. I mean, it's definitely not as good in my opinion, but I like the idea. They seem more the titles seem more equal, I guess, that way. They're better than the colored stuff. I hated the color stuff with the red and the blue for both titles. I'm assuming they're going to do that for the tag titles eventually. I don't hate them at all. And you know what? If you look at other sports that have belts, I mean, look at the UFC. All their titles pretty much look the same. So I don't have.
I think they're strong. I really like the real new one, the world heavyweight, both men's and women, the black, and then the women's with the white. Like Rhea's is
good. Yeah, the world heavyweight title on the white strap looks really good.
The gold, the old big W with the gold. It's like, okay. I'm like, yeah, I think I'm glad that I'm not going to complain about it. I'm glad that we're out of the red and the blue colors, because I don't know, it just kind of makes them look a little bit more childish to me, like color coordinated. I don't know. To me, it's just, but now, like you kind of just said it too, they're more like prestigious gold, and it's just more. It looks better. It's nicer. But people will find ways to complain. And I believe, are they splitting the men's titles up? Or are they unify? Are they going to have tag champions on separate brands, or are they just unifying them and they're going to be on both brands?
Yeah, I would assume that they're going to be on both
women.
brands.
That's I'm sorry. I'm getting everything confused. The women are unifying the women's titles.
Oh, you mean like the women's tag titles and the NXT titles? Yeah, I guess so. I know they didn't mention that.
That needs to happen.
That does need to happen. That needs to happen. And then just have the champs go across all three brands if you want.
So, yeah, because there was a report out there saying that, and it's just kind of obvious now but they're trying to make NXT a third brand. So that's why you're seeing your Corbin show up, your Ali show up. You're going to have a Braun Breaker, Seth Rollins title match.
I was going to say, I am so glad you said that, because I totally forgot that was like, I think Seth is going to be on NXT tonight at least. I don't know if the match is happening tonight.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but I think he's going to be there.
That legit makes me want to watch NXT, and I don't watch NXT.
I mean, that's before. I mean, they did this a few times, like when Finn went back.
That's what the XFL needs to do with, to compete with the NFL. Right.
So it'll draw some eyeballs, and then again, you just you get Ronda and Shayna to show up randomly on there. You get, I mean,
I mean, that's not gonna make me watch that.
I just say with the tag titles, they got some with these women's tag titles. The men now, KO, Sami Zayn. They what are they gonna look like? I've hated the tag titles for such a long time.
It has been a minute since I liked the tag titles.
When they used to have the clashing, the helmets that were gold, and then they switched them to red and blue, and I just don't even remember the last time that I.
The last time the tag titles were good looking is what was before the clashing helmets that were gold. It was the Raw World Tag Titles and the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. It's you'd have to Google it.
Yeah, but that's just been so long of just hideous.
Yes, it has been for sure.
Hideous.
Absolutely, they definitely need a revamp. And as far as what they will look like, knowing, I mean, it could be square, maybe like a little WWE in the middle. I don't know, with a black strap. Sure.
Yeah, as long as we don't color.
Just thinking outside the box. Or they could split it up and they could look like, the ones on Raw could look like the World Heavyweight, and the one on SmackDown could look like the Undisputed.
And again, I don't think there's enough. I don't know.
I think they should just not have two separate tag titles. Just do one.
Yeah, definitely agree 100%. Let's see here. We got what should we talk about here? We mentioned that. No one cares about Sean Waltman being reached out by to AEW.
Oh, was he? Dude, I love this.
Billy Gunn was saying, Billy Gunn was saying,
no idea what you're talking about.
And I think Sean Waltman had a comment on it then. Like, yeah, the news cycle sometimes you don't even click on them. You're not even. Jericho says a match with Sting will never happen. What? Yeah, that's what we want. We want the Painmaker versus Sting.
I mean,
that's what he would do too. He would definitely have to paint it. He would like, I want to paint my face.
I'd probably watch it. No, seriously, because it would be so terrible. But sometimes I like that terrible shit. I just watched Goldberg and The Undertaker. Fucking awful. Loved it.
Oh man, we got Roman Reigns announced for his next title defense. The house show. What's happening?
House show against who? Does it say?
Yes.
Can I guess?
Yeah. Let's definitely guess.
All right. So let's see.
All right, so it's gonna be June 17th, which is the same night as
that's this Saturday.
AEW.
Same night as Collision. Where is this at?
It's in Cincinnati, Ohio. All right. So
let's see. I mean, I guess the obvious ones would be one of the Usos.
All right, I'll give you a clue. Now because there's been everybody. He is a face that
it's not an Uso.
It's not anyone, and it's not like a bloodline thing. But he has faced him during this historic reign. It was during the COVID, the screen era.
Okay.
This is great.
Has faced him. And are they breaking any draft rules here? Like, is it a Raw guy?
Shit. No, I think they're on the same brand.
Okay, still on the same brand. So let's see. Man, that is.
Yeah, they are.
AJ hasn't faced him during this reign. I don't think Bobby has.
It's like nothing I'm excited about at all. It's like
nothing you're excited about.
It's like, oh yeah, Reigns is gonna beat.
See,
it's
I
not
could say Sammy or Kevin, But technically they're on Raw, but technically they could show up to a motherfucking...
Not involved in the bloodline storyline at all, so not even them.
Wow. Not involved in the bloodline storyline, but face him during this reign.
Faced him during the reign.
Man, that's a tricky one there because the bloodline's been going on for a while. I'm thinking, all right, so he's fought Braun Strowman. I don't know who else it would be. Hold on, don't tell me. I'm going through my shit right now. This is probably killing so much time, but I'm very curious. Not LA Knight. He didn't face Kofi, but I think Kofi's hurt. Better
It's
not
not
be
a newer person.
It's not what?
It's not like a newer person who's just been
Not a
around
newer
for years.
person. Well, yeah, I figure since he's fucking has fought him. No, it's not Edge. It's not Riddle. He's defended the title, or he's just fought him during this? Like, has he defended the title against this person before?
I'm pretty sure.
I am looking and looking and looking, and I have zero idea. Miz, no.
He's got. There's. It's gonna.
I literally have no idea. Oh, is it Logan? No, it's not Logan.
Yeah, no one knew.
Ziggler?
No, I could give it. There was a. No, but see, I don't know if there's a clue because I think it happened during like the build to the match. Like, there was this
Theory.
No, he's a legend.
He's a legend. Edge.
No, it's like he's like the only person you didn't name. I think
he's a legend.
Who's
like a legit legend.
Relevant. He's still relevant right now.
Is he on TV every week?
For the most part, yeah.
What the fuck?
This is like Guess Who.
It's crazy. Sheamus. It's fucking Sheamus.
No.
What?
That was a good guess, though. That was really good with everything I gave you.
What? This show won't go on until I fucking I get this. All right,
give
hold
you
on.
another.
Here we go. All ready? Styles. Fucking not Theory, not Axiom, not BFAB, not Bad Bunny, not Bam Bam, not Baron Corbin.
It's not Corbin. Awesome.
He deserves one though. I mean,
maybe he's on. I could have sworn he's on SmackDown though. But see, like you can't even tell anymore with these things. But I'm pretty sure I've seen.
Not Braun. It's not Brock, right?
No, but he had a feud with Brock. I think they wrestled at SummerSlam at some point, like a few years ago, maybe.
It's not Cameron Grimes. It's not Cedric. It's not Chad. It's not
wrestled
Chief
Brock
Priest
for the
Strongbow.
title, and you thought that he was going to beat Brock for the title for a second.
Wait, what?
He wrestled Brock for the title when he was Universal Champ during that run. I remember. And then you thought he was going to beat him for the title. He didn't. Then there was this. I think
Finn?
the Bill.
Is it Finn? He's on Raw. Cody's on Raw. It's not LA Knight. It's not Kurt Angle.
It was a few years ago, this one thing. I think the build of this match had a segment where Roman Reigns powerbombed someone out of the ring. And
Ray?
Did you say Ray?
I feel like I did say Ray.
Yeah, it's right. I don't think you said Rey Mysterio until this point. That's why I was trying to keep track of everything.
Wow. All right.
That was fun, though.
That was good. That was good.
I was going to say his son's super over on the other show.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think that's when when Ray wrestled Roman, I think it was around that segment where he powerbombed Dominic.
I don't know if he ever defended the title against him, did he?
Pretty sure he did. I could have been wrong, and that just I could have just completely.
Dude, I think you're wrong. I'm going to prove you wrong. Roman Reigns.
Pretty
I
sure.
don't know. I feel like. All right. Well, you're right. Universal title match in a Hell in a Cell. All right.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't watch that bullshit.
I just because it's just funny because that clip came up the other day of him power bombing Dominic out of the ring, and I remember just
So
like,
good. So
it's
good.
like, oh, that was great. The way they cut it and everything, and had the camera up a little bit so he could land on something soft and move it out of the way and run it off camera, and then show him laying there and great stuff.
Good times. Good times.
Well, that was fun. Yeah. So that's
We should do that more often.
the competition right there. Collision, or I mean, you could go travel to Cincinnati, Ohio, at the Heritage Bank Center, and go check out Roman Reigns and Rey Mysterio, along with other superstars, including Seth Rollins, Matthew Riddle, Shinsuke Nakamura, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn.
I dig it.
Tickets available now.
You're trying to tell me that Roman Reigns is going to overcome the entire LWO? I don't think so.
We talked about it last week and kind of guessed, but we're getting it. We're getting Cody. Since we're just talking about his father, we're getting Cody, Dominic, Money in the Bank. People are upset because
Are they?
We're not getting the Brock match yet.
More story to be told there.
I'm gonna bite my thumb on some of this because some of this leans into a jaBROni of the week thing I have coming up that isn't really about Cody Rhodes, honestly, but I mean, kind of, but not really at all. But yeah, I mean, we're giving Brock a little time off, and we're gonna do Cody Brock 3 at SummerSlam. And I know they were doing, what did we say last week? They wanted the strap match he was trying to get, but they said no. But they're doing some kind of match that
hasn't been done.
We haven't seen. It was, oh my God, someone said it. I heard what it was today, the rumor of what it was. But it's like something very similar to a strap. Just forget it. It's something we haven't seen in a while. It's something with a rope. I felt, I can't.
Something with a what?
I felt like it's something with a rope or something still.
Match.
But it slipped my mind what I've heard the report.
Hey, we'll find out when it happens. I guess it's okay.
All right. So there was, and again, you probably didn't see this because of the way you cleaned your Twitter up a little bit. There was nonstop reports all day, leading up to Raw about Chad Gable, and that there was a new storyline starting up for him to on Raw. Did that occur?
So, not to my eyeballs, but Becky Lynch was walking backstage towards the ring,
and they were in the background. Is that the only thing that happened?
I think that's the only thing that
was
happened.
What was he dressed up like?
Like a coach. He had like shorts on with a polo shirt and a hat. It looked like he was coaching Maxine, because she was in wrestling gear, and it looked like he was like showing her a thing or two. Which, by the way, are we like done with Maximum Male Models?
So there's all these reports of all this repackaging and all this stuff. So
did we decide that we have Pretty Deadly and having Maximum Male Models would just not be cool?
Yeah, so it's apparently stuff I was reading was like when Vince he wanted them to be less flamboyant, and then like it went back and forth, and then Triple H got them, and they wanted. I
wanted Vince to stop hooking up with chicks against their will, but you know what? We can't get all that.
Yeah, but apparently they're supposed to be repackaged. I don't know if they're still. I think there's a lot of potential there with the two of them together. I like that male model gimmick thing. Again, with Pretty Deadly, I don't know. They're very similar acts. Yeah, I don't know how you can balance. And again, they're very comparable all to Breezango, which we had a few years ago, which
yes.
and then I don't like it, and you got to let it play out now because I haven't seen a lot of Pretty Deadly, so I can't give a definitive how I feel about them.
I think they're trying to recruit Theory into being a model too, because they're like running buddies now.
God, I just know that everything I saw with Breezango, the comedy and everything, I loved it. I thought Fashion Files was amazing, and then all of that stuff that I loved about that was a lot of the reasoning behind the Maximum Male Model things. They kind of just did. They were doing a lot of stupid, even the little YouTube stuff that didn't get a lot of hits, but they would just do stuff on YouTube exclusive, just funny stuff like that one where like they lost Massey for and he was missing. Just stupid videos. They're very entertaining. I don't know. I hope they kind of stay with this gimmick and do something with them, but we all know how this works out. They'll end up like winning the NXT tag titles like in a year and then lose them like 2 months later at like NXT Resurgence or something like that. I don't know if that's even a pay-per-view or something, but God damn it. Now I'm upset.
It's okay.
I love Massey and Mansois. They're great. All right, what else we got here? Collisions this Saturday. CM Punk's back. He's in the main event.
Will you be watching?
Yes, I will be watching. I will. So CM Punk, like I think we might have touched on this a little bit. So it's just, does CM Punk come out at the beginning of the show, or does CM Punk come out at like 9?
Look, you got a 2-hour show, so I think you will have him come out in the beginning and then have a main event as well. But I'm also expecting other returns, like a Samoa Joe and not Samoa Joe, but what's the other one? Miro and Thunder Rosa probably pop up. So, you know.
It's a cast of misfit toys. And I was telling you before I was Tony Khan was talking to Brandon Walker over at Barstool and kind of asked him a few questions. Asked him about how it will work with talents on certain shows. And he's like, Tony Khan said, like, it's not like a split roster, but just certain talent will go to, I mean, he almost said it was a split roster without saying it's a split roster. Sure. Certain talents will go to certain shows, but it's like, again, like there's no, I mean, you're going to have your big shows and everyone's going to have to be there. I mean, there's no real way around it. When you only put on 4 big pay-per-views a year, I mean, you're not going to be able to just, oh, he's not going to be on it. But you can catch him on Saturday in Saskatchewan. Like, no, they're going to be on. So I guess they're just going to have to figure out ways of, I don't know, man.
It definitely feels like
you go on early, they go on late.
You plan out Dynamite. This feels a little bit more winged, if I could say that. Like, yeah, feels like, fuck it. Let's throw something at a wall and let's see what sticks.
Yeah, so it's like Samoa Joe. He was involved with the ROH, so like I'm pretty sure he's like the ROH TV champion. Like, so is he dropping that, and then is he going to be exclusive to Collision? What titles are we getting on Collision? Like, or is it going to be kind of like that, or is it just going to be Orange Cassidy randomly shows up on a Saturday?
I mean, yeah, that's
the world title. I mean, it can't, like, is MJF going to show up and be, I mean,
I think eventually, yeah, you have to.
It's going to be on both shows. Like, you're going to have certain times where you got double duty. Yeah, like you said, it seems like it's almost and if you're dealing with people who don't want to work with other people, it's just like, all right, so in the 17th, you'll be there. On the 24th, you guys can't be there. It just seems like,
I still think it's impossible that after this week, the next 3 collisions are in Canada,
Yeah. That's
and
crazy.
you're not going to have Omega. Come on now. Hey, Punk, take this night off.
It's going to be interesting. And again, like you're going up against on Saturday night, it's wild. I mean, I do think it's a better spot than Friday night at 10 o'clock. 100%.
Do you really?
Yeah, because it's an option. Again, you're going to go up against other premium live events. You're going to go up against boxing. You're going up against UFC. But I mean, there's DVRs. There's all that. I mean, stuff out there now. Multiple people watch so much shit with. I know I can watch shit with multiple devices. So it's like it's something that I will. And again, this could be one of those Rampage romances that we had for 1 week. Because right, like we were just like
1 week. I don't think I watched it after that. That's very true.
I really think my DVR every like few weeks to just be like 7-8 weeks, like all these Rampages is not touched and like filling up my DVR. Like, get this shit off of here. NXT would be on there too. I'm like, I'm not watching any of this Rainbow NXT, and no, we're sticking Dynamite. You're good. Raw, you're good. SmackDown, you're good for now. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, I think this could. I'll be checking in weekly on this. I'll have it on. If we'll have UFC over on, I'll have my Endeavor. I'll have my
honestly,
Endeavor network.
I will try to watch it like I try to watch Dynamite. I mean, maybe it happens to be background noise while I try to go to sleep. But, I mean, I'll keep an ear out. For sure.
I'm sorry. I forgot we had the Twitch going today, and we had...
There's so many comments.
Lacey's Piccolo?
Sorry if you're butchering that. That's he's terrible.
Fat Lacey's P _Piccolo.
Stop saying calling her fat, him or her fat. You can't do that.
That's so we're talking about fat
laces. Fat laces from Pensacola, Florida. You know who else is from Pensacola, Florida?
Big Dog.
Big Dog.
Oh, hello. What's going on? So this is very true. Rick Martel did do it first. And then Tyler
There's been a lot of model gimmicks in the WWE.
Yes, this is very true. Because since the SCU breakup and Frankie Kazarian is over in Impact, I think he was on their just this past weekend. He wrestled on the on Friday night on the pay-per-view. Scorpio Sky has just been
and this is like one of the good reasons for a second AEW show. And you know, you'll, as long as you're not going in what it sounds like they're not going to showcase a lot of the people we see on Dynamite, other superstars get showcased. So yeah, guys like Scorpio Sky will have opportunity.
And yeah, that's like Miro. I mean, since day one in this company has been misused. He was misused. I mean, they were with him for a little bit in WWE. I will never forgive that company for 2018 New Orleans. He wasn't even on the card. Then they put him in the card, and he takes the pin. He should have won the U.S. title at that point. I think Randy was the champion. Like, what Rusev Day chant, and I've said it on this show so many times. I've never heard Rusev Day chants in like a 72-hour period before in my lifetime. And I have goosebumps thinking about waiting outside that stadium, everyone going nuts. He was so over Rusev Day, and they just destroyed it. So, and then AEW with the best man stuff we started with, and then I don't know. We need the Redeemer.
Yeah.
Happy Rusev Day. But yeah, there's so many. I'm very interested to see how we're gonna have FTR on there. She's. I have a question.
Yes, Fat Laces. If you have
Fat Laces.
if you're still with us and have a question, please feel free to ask.
Cole, you can ask me. All right, here we go. Do you believe that Tony Khan will be running this thing on certain storylines after 6 months or so? I know he's going to spotlight the main event stuff and maybe the pillars.
I mean, if you ever watch our show, you probably know that we already think TK's running thin on certain storylines as it is. I mean, I think there's going to be an issue with storylines, and he's going to realize real quick that probably can't depend on just the CM Punk storyline to carry you through 2 hours of wrestling. That shit used to happen back in the day with like guys like Austin. You could do a whole storyline and throw in a couple matches on a Raw, and you'd think it'd be the greatest show ever.
Yeah.
Like have Austin in one segment, have Austin in another segment, have Austin in the main event segment, throw a couple silly matches in the middle, and it was probably, as long as Austin ended the show kicking ass, then you thought it was a good show. They could essentially repeat that, but I mean, going down the line, like he said, like Fat Lisa said, after 6 months, you got to realize like what you're going to do.
It's like they have a lot of talent, but it's like when you like, I was thinking about this today with the MJF 2024 thing and all that stuff. It's just like, dude, the company cannot even risk losing MJF. Really there's not. They're like, there's all the reports out there. And again, you're not seeing any of this stuff, but like they have. But you can kind of see it on TV. They have the push that Konosuke Takeshita is going to be the biggest like baby face for the company in like, I mean, a year or so. I mean, and it's great with new talent or whatever, and you're trying to, but like right now, sometimes with this show, it's like if I see MJF, even though this has been a very awkward title reign, it's like I know the best part about Dynamite, the thing that pops out was him and Adam Cole. Like that's usually always been the case when he's involved on the show. So it's like he's got to be up on. But then does that get old? Does it get old seeing MJF all the time on Dynamite and then on Collision?
Yeah,
maybe. Or does it become? And this is something else I was thinking. Does it become like Raw, how Raw runs 3 hours, where it's like a lot of revisiting packages and stuff where, okay, maybe 70 to 80 minutes of your 120 minutes is new program, and then the other is just like what happened on Dynamite or
I mean, I don't
what happened 20 minutes ago, like Raw loves doing to fill up.
I don't hate like the recaps like that. I mean, I mean,
I'm saying that they could go with that to kind of fill up that. Unless
I don't think you need a real long one on a 2-hour show. I think Raw needs one for it being 3 hours. Got to fill up the time and stuff. But I think you could do something more with your time on a 2-hour show. A couple vignettes on people that you maybe won't get time to show in a match, Good stuff like that.
That Lace is doing some work here. She said they never did Pac and Ricky Starks.
Like, I feel like I haven't seen Pac in a minute.
the bastard. Oh my God, we got a question about it. Do you agree how they are putting over Wheeler, Yuta, and Daniel Garcia without any real results?
So for me, they had something going with both of them. I think they were really on to something, but like recently, yeah, I think they're just like other guys. I think Wheeler Yuta's just a. I might upset some people here, but I feel like Wheeler Yuta's just another guy in a group essentially. So there's definitely, in my opinion, there hasn't been any real results.
The Philly boy, man, we got a local boy.
Oh, Yuta? Is he local? He's a great guy. Yeah, I like him. He's super over with me now. Super over with me now. Look, I know Drew Gulak from Philly. That's all I know.
Yeah, the Daniel Garcia, the potential with Daniel Garcia, again, it's just kind of fizzled for me. Another thing with, and again, I don't want to just go on bashing AEW, but it's like, they're having a huge multi-man match this week, but whatever with this Keith Lee and Swerve, when they broke with their tag champs, they broke up and they just like fucking.
They're still feuding, right?
They're trying to do so. I guess I can't. But the way that this breakup has been handled so far, getting all these other factions and all this other is just, I don't know. You had a simple thing there of a simple story to tell, and I just think it got things thrown into, like, you throw things in a blender sometime, and it's just like, that doesn't go with that. That's the vibes I get with this Keith Lee Swerve thing. It bothers me. And I'm not the biggest, I'm not saying I'm the biggest fan of, I love Swerve. I'm not the biggest Keith Lee fan, but I mean, the story was there itself, even that was that press conference, right? After all that nonsense, that was the same press conference. And we're still this far removed from that faithful night of when all these things went down. Later on in that media scrum, Swerve and Keith Lee had gold as well during that press conference, and just nothing from it. Swerve is an amazing athlete. He rules. But we don't like Hit Row, though.
Yeah.
If Swerve was in it.
I remember not being a fan of them.
Yeah, I remember still.
He just wasn't that group just wasn't going to get over with me just because I couldn't take him serious. I knew Top Dollar as a guy who went on treasure hunts for the A&E show. Like,
he was a gatherer.
Yeah. Funny story this week. Watched the CM Punk documentary, like that one that WWE did.
Okay, the best in the world one.
Yes, that one.
Nice.
And I'm trying to get hyped up for him coming back. I'm trying to give this a real fair shot. And I'm watching, and they're doing, they're showing. First off, it's probably the best documentary I think WWE's ever done, in my opinion. I'm not counting like the 24s that they do and shit.
They were great. I hated how they stopped doing all of those.
Yeah, right. So they're doing I guess a montage of throwing in clips of everyone interviewing for the documentary, talking about them. And wouldn't you believe who showed up on my TV? I mean, I've watched it before, so I've obviously seen him before, but now I see who he is. You got the Lars Fredriksson from, oh God, what the fuck band is he from? It's on the tip of my tongue. Rancid. Is Rancid? I think it's Rancid.
I was thinking of Lars Ulrich. I thought you were talking about Metallica for a second.
No. Show him up, show Lita, and then wouldn't you know it, Ace fucking Steel on my TV on a WWE documentary talking about CM Punk. Ace Steel trained CM Punk in like ROH or something.
So we've established that he was like, but he was like a wrestler in ROH as well. Like we saw like a picture of him like in younger. So you knew of Ace Steel, but didn't know that you knew of Ace Steel.
I mean, yeah, I must have. I seriously watched that documentary
I watched it too,
like 50 times. I just never like saw Ace Steel in that documentary and was like, oh my god, that's Ace Steel. Now, after everything he did at Brawl Out, I'm like, oh my god, that's Ace Steel. That's who everyone's. That's why Collision was made for Ace Steel. Essentially,
made for Ace Steel.
It was made for Ace Steel. This guy created his own show. Crazy. Lord Almighty. I just wanted to share that with you.
All right.
Triple H is sending over a WWE Championship for the Denver Nuggets, who won the NBA Finals last night. Which version do you think he's sending over? The World Heavyweight or the Undisputed?
The big W. That's like the icon. It's almost iconic for sports teams to get the big W.
You're kind of right. It's neither of them. It's the old WWE Championship with the big W.
Is it black?
Yeah, it's black.
The classic one. They just put the. Yeah. They might just always do that still. They probably just have so many of those made for those situations.
Yeah, that's a good point.
With every team's plates they got like old Washington Redskins plates that they probably can't use anymore.
Terrible. Well, terrible on them for making a Washington Redskins plate. They're never going to win anything. Can we talk about something?
Yeah, dude. Let's do it.
All right. So, here's the deal. Watched a little bit of Raw. And I want to talk about the Seth Rollins Finn Balor segment.
This is the next thing I wanted to talk to you about because this is your boy, Finn Balor. Looks like they're going to have a match.
Good. Now,
things were filmed already, apparently a segment where he, that's not going to, I guess, I don't know if Seth has to go do some filming, but apparently there was a segment filmed for.
What, for next week, I guess?
I guess for maybe for next week for Finn to challenge and accept maybe. And I could have sworn I heard something about a segment with Vince McMahon and JD. Maybe, I don't know.
Anyway, look, I heavily like Seth Rollins.
Uh-oh.
I think he's great. I think he is one of, if not the most talented people on the Raw roster.
Burn it down. Look, she's burn it down.
That was sent way before we start talking about it.
I know. I think she wants to fight me, or he or she wants to fight me, I think. Because are these fists? Oh, no.
Those look like sock puppets. Those are fists. No, those are fists. I honestly have no desire to see Seth Rollins go over Finn Balor at all. I think, and I'm not even, this isn't Finn Balor fandom here, even though I am a big Finn Balor fan. I honestly believe that Finn Balor has gotten a tad bit more over than Seth Rollins. And not only just Finn Balor, but Judgment Day as a whole. And it's also kind of written so easily that Finn Balor can win this title via shenanigans. You have JD McDonough, maybe not, joining the Judgment Day. If we don't see JD McDonough before Money in the Bank as a member of the Judgment Day, I think that is very telling to what they're going to do with this World Heavyweight title. Seth Rollins not even showing up. Not even showing up to his job. He wins the World Heavyweight title, not even showing up to his job. Another reason why you do it. And then, Triple H said there was going to be a big, big push for Finn Balor. I'm not gonna hold my hat on that one, but I think, and I would not be shocked, Finn Balor in London beating Seth Rollins. I don't think it's that out of the question.
No. All right, so you said Judgment Day over. I don't think anyone is more over than, and this is just going off of theme song.
Okay. See what you just said right there? See what you just said? Is Seth over, or is the music over?
He's over as a face. People
Really?
love the
Because I
song.
found him fucking annoying yesterday. Or today.
What was that?
I found him annoying yesterday or today. And look at you, Mr. Oh, yeah, I like the old fucking Seth Rollins music before.
Oh, yeah, I do. I'll always be. I'm not. It's
well,
catchy.
Here you are praising the music.
It's catchy. There's nothing better than the dan, burn it down. I think that's the best. I'll love it. I don't think I still like his newer theme. I'll never turn. Like, I used to hate the first week of Roman Reigns' new theme song. I hated it. I think it's one of the best theme songs ever in the history of WWE. I think Roman Reigns is fantastic. We're talking Judgment Day, Rhea Ripley. Love it every single time Rhea Ripley comes out. I get hyped. I'm waiting for her to stomp her foot. She's awesome. But yeah, I think like Judgment Day is very. It seems like when we always made those jokes about like who was the leader, and we always like Finn's the leader or whatever, but it shifted towards like literally like Damian Priest kind of think he was leader. It kind of almost like took that realm. But now it seems so obvious with the way everything's happening that they're going to put Damian Priest face, which I think is I like Damian Priest. He's good in the ring. He's done so much for the company, like with the Bad Bunny stuff and for last year and this year. Like he had a badass NXT entrance, but they took away the bow and arrow. I loved. But yeah, I think it's like good for overall for Finn Balor. I don't know if I don't think he's gonna win because I'm thinking about what we're doing at SummerSlam. What's
Don't
the big
worry about SummerSlam? Let's worry about the here. Let's worry about the now. What's Seth Rollins going to do at SummerSlam? What's Seth Rollins going to do at SummerSlam?
This company, he wrestled Logan Paul. They put on a great match at WrestleMania. Big moment there. Now he's a champion. What's my big title defense at SummerSlam?
Oh yeah, I hear what you're saying, but I think it sounds like shit, to be honest with you.
Because I can't give you a follow-up question now because you're not gonna. All right, well, I guess I can.
I can be unbiased.
Hypothetically, after Seth retains, because this whole storyline of Judgment Day breaking up, it does not need to involve Seth Rollins whatsoever. I feel like he's going to be involved with someone winning the Money in the Bank and more of that storyline. I think Judgment Day breaking up is not going to be involved with the World Heavyweight title. That's just the vibe I'm getting right now from what I'm seeing. I think they're doing so many subtle things with the JD stuff and the Damian Priest always saying, I'm going to do this alone. I'm going to do this alone. Rhea and Dom are kind of, I don't know, like they're in Judgment Day, but they got their own thing going on. I don't know. I just don't see it needing. It's going to have the title involved. I think something's going to happen with the whole Money in the Bank stuff. And I think whatever happens with the Money in the Bank, I don't think nothing's getting cashed on Roman Reigns. The guy's not losing that title at all anytime soon. The rest of this year, we're not even going to talk about it, hopefully. So hopefully that's
Well,
just...
all right. So then, and this kind of ties into Fat Lace's question down there. If you don't think that that anybody's cashing in on Roman, which is very much likely, then I guess that would take LA Knight out of the running for Money in the Bank winner, right? If those are still the rules.
You can cash in on anybody, right?
I don't know.
You can't change it. The rules of Money in the Bank.
How would LA Knight cash in on the World Heavyweight Champion unless it's
you can cash in on any champion anytime. So it doesn't matter. This is again where the brands don't mean anything. Doesn't matter who wins. LA Knight's on what? SmackDown, right?
But
it's just one of those things where they'll just announce someone like, "Oh, Raw's given up a conditional pick now since LA Knight's on," or he just shows up.
No. I unfortunately, LA Knight won't win. You know who will win?
Well, you gotta think, but you know why? It goes back to the thing I said about Rusev so many years ago. They're not gonna give you what you want because it's been nonstop that everybody wants LA Knight, and they pipe in boo noises for him, and he's getting cheered nonstop because he's over. Sorry, I'm getting mad.
No. Here's what's gonna happen. And will Damian be kicked out and turn face? Yes. You know why? Because Damian Priest is going to win Money in the Bank. And then Finn Balor is going to win the World Heavyweight title. And then somewhere down the line, Damian Priest cashes in on Finn Balor.
You can do that. I was kind of surprised that because it was Riddle, right? Riddle,
yes,
he
lost to Riddle. Yeah.
And I was just like, all right, Riddle just came back not too long ago. I was like, I wonder what they're setting up for Riddle as I guess Gunther.
Mm-hmm. Definitely going that way.
So yeah, that makes sense. I mean, again, that's another thing thrown into it there.
But you know what you have to do for that to work? You need to get Finn Balor the World Heavyweight Championship. I just want one more title run. He hasn't had it. He didn't get it. He needs one more. He needs one.
I hope
they need to be satisfied.
But yeah, that is a way that they could do it. I just think looking at the people in Money in the Bank so far.
Also, who's in the Money in the Bank match? You got Butch. You got Ricochet. Got Priest.
LA Knight.
We just said his.
Is there 4 so far we got?
I think so.
And they said they're doing 6?
6. Yeah. Right now the field's complete. I just can't remember the field. But
it's already complete?
Yeah. It was completed last night. Hold on.
Oh, God.
Hold on. I got this. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. I mean, there's a point to all this. I promise. All right. Santos Escobar. You got Butch.
Yes.
You got Damian. You got LA Knight. You got Ricochet. And you have Shinsuke Nakamura in the men's Money in the Bank match. Damian Priest does not seem out of the question there. LA Knight, I think, would be the odds-on favorite.
Up the way they're doing things on TV, Damian Priest shoots right to the top there when you say that.
You think so? You don't think LA Knight is at the top?
LA Knight does. Both. It's just they're the only two that pop out.
Right. So here's the thing. I don't think the field is complete. They say it's complete. I don't think the field is complete. I think one more gets added. And it's a man that is returning next week on Raw. And it's Logan Paul. What is Logan Paul returning for next week?
Oh, wait. Is he? They already announced that?
Yes, he is returning next week. You don't know why, though.
Because we already, again, a couple of weeks ago, I said, how are they going to get Logan? I was like, they're putting Logan Paul in this match. How are they going to get him in the match if they're going to have qualifying matches? Well, Monday we'll find out. You think they'll do something where he has to compete on Raw?
No, I think he either gets in because he's Logan Paul or because
Something in
maybe
his contract or something
maybe there's like a triple threat match between Priest, Ricochet, and Shinsuke, and whoever takes that pinfall gives up their spot to Logan Paul. And then Priest loses. And then maybe that's how you start the downfall Judgment Day. But bottom line is Finn Balor has to win the World Heavyweight title for that to happen. I want Finn to win. Finn needs to win. We need the Judgment Day to have another title.
I want LA Knight with Money in the Bank. So one of us is going to be disappointed.
I mean, unless, they just go all in with Butch or Santos.
When you just see matched multi-people in it and you instantly just read out a couple people.
Not him, not him, not him.
Yeah, it's not going to be him. It's not going to be him. Like right now you look at it, it's just it's the way they're telling stories and everything. There's nothing. Santos, they got the LWO. It's not a big deal. Butch, I could see them having some kind of second chance match though. Something happened with Montez Ford, maybe people who've lost. Yeah, but he'll finagle his way in there somehow. I was surprised that it took because I assumed he was going to be in the match. It was reported on a few months ago, but are you personally a fan of the Money in the Bank matches? I personally, for the longest time, even still to this, it was my main four. I kind of bumped Survivor Series out of it because I just thought the idea, still to this, more when they've done it since 2015 and on. Some of this, I always just hate it when storylines just stopped and all of a sudden hey guys, we're friends for a month. It was always so stupid to me. I know it was a Thanksgiving tradition, but I slotted in there. It was Rumble, Mania, Money in the Bank, and the Royal Rumble. They were so still to this day, even though I'm not as hyped for Money in the Bank, but I'm always excited just because of the unexpectedness of what Money in the Bank is, but whether it be good or bad. I mean, getting excited for Baron Corbin winning it, and then he pisses off management, and then he loses it the way he did. Sometimes it will upset you, but then you'll have every member of the Shield being WWE champion in one night, and that will be fantastic. You'll have those moments where Seth finally beats Roman after the knee surgery and everything, and then Dean comes out, you hear his music, and you're just like, what the fuck? That's there's moments like that. And again, what the Money in the Bank brings to big moments, to WrestleMania 31. There's just so many things you can do with it. And there's so many things that you could do with it that haven't been done yet that is more enticing to me. So long answer, yes, I'm a big fan of Money in the Bank.
I wish they would just have it at Mania instead of its own pay-per-view. I get it,
and
but
we talked. Yeah, that's definitely.
I've said that for a while.
A lot of the pay-per-view sometimes, or it's the pay-per-view is just around that match. It's we don't need a Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. We can just have a Hell in a Cell when it's needed. Doesn't need to be a pay-per-view, and everyone doesn't need to have one. We don't need a tag team one. We don't need a women's one. We don't need it makes it look like just a stupid kind of gimmick then. All right. Again, both fantastic. Rollins 31, Ziggler on Raw. I'm a Seth Rollins guy. That was...
Of course you are. Of course you are.
That was fantastic. Come on. That was so good. Everyone was upset. Oh, we don't want Roman to win. We don't want Brock. Seth got you. Don't worry. It was fantastic. What a match. What a match. Oh, everything about it was great. What a WrestleMania.
I enjoyed that whole WrestleMania. Yes, I did. I enjoyed that cash in, but the thing is, I kind of saw that cash in coming. Dolph's I didn't see coming, so I tend to lean towards Dolph actually. And I also hate Alberto Del Rio, so
Yeah. No, again, you can't. I mean, you can't really be wrong with this one. I mean, that pop.
yeah, that's another thing like that.
And just another guy, just the dude. I think when he's never had like a single in front of people. I think the first time he had a singles match on WrestleMania was against Otis in front of screens. Like this guy, like
Who?
We love Ziggler.
No, Ziggler.
Yeah, man. Still, I don't think he's had a singles match in front of a crowd at WrestleMania. It could be a little quizzo for you. Take that, do what you want to.
Oh, that's a fucking travesty.
I learned that from him, actually.
Who?
He said it's the greatest rib ever. Ryan Nemeth told me.
Oh, fuck. I didn't know you were like that.
Yeah. And I was like, is this about Nick? He was like, yeah. I was like, thank you, Ryan.
Damn, well, that needs a fucking change. Now I kind of want Ziggler to go on the title run. Damn.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, me either.
I think 2017 was like the closest, maybe the last time. It was around then, right? Like with Ambrose with the IC title and the
2016 he had his IC title. Yeah.
WWE still has plans to reunite DIY. God, I'm so tired of seeing this. Just fucking do it.
Well, Ciampa's probably resting up. I think you're going to get that.
I'm excited. I'm excited about it. And Drew McIntyre, we still don't know anything. Apparently, WWE wants him back in time for Money in the Bank. We're in London.
But the field's complete.
It seems like they haven't reached any kind of creative terms yet or anything. No new deal. So we'll see what happens with that. You don't really know where you slot them in at right now.
You don't. You don't.
It's like he seems like a guy we want to be like in the world. So what do you world title picture? And we go in and lose to.
I mean, if you turn him heel, he can face Seth. If he's a favorite, you can face Finn. Because Finn's going to win. Speaking of which, it is official. Rollins, Balor, Money in the Bank, World Heavyweight title.
Is there online? Is something online they put?
Yes, 18 hours ago. So it was made official a while ago.
All right. We're on our shit. We got this.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he needs to defend the title. I don't know. I'm sure we're gonna have some things planned. I mean, big show. It's a big show. Gonna have a couple surprises.
You feel any type of way that Rhodes is not in the Money in the Bank? Like, why wouldn't he want to lobby for a Money in the Bank spot and instead go with fucking what's his face, Dominic?
Yeah, I guess they're really keeping him focused on, because he mentioned Brock in his promo. They're keeping him away from anything that happened at WrestleMania. They're trying to go on now and tell this struggling story. So there's going to be roadblocks. There's going to be picked fights across there's going to be premium live events. We have to do things. Not that Money in the Bank is one, but it's like right now it's like you got to set up. You want Cody on the show. You know you're doing Cody and Brock at SummerSlam. When you do something, who's one of the biggest heels in the company right now? Dominic Mysterio, who's one of the biggest faces. Cody Rhodes, That's probably what the pitch was, honestly. He's just like, boom. Let's do that for that. We'll get that to. And again, like, I don't know if does Brock show up? Does Dom?
I'm not telling you nothing.
All right, because I'm in the
I ain't telling you nothing.
Right now, I'm in the realm of Dom's beating Cody.
I ain't telling you nothing.
With maybe some Brock shenanigans, I don't know, but I think that would the heat for just shenanigans. And hey, maybe a new member of Judgment Day gets involved in a lot of Judgment Day people's matches and helps them all win. Something that could happen. I'm sure Rhea's going to have a match. We know Finn's going to have a match. Damian Priest is going to have a match. I mean, we might not help him since we might be turning on him, but who's to say?
If you catch me looking around, by the way, there's either a fat fly or a pregnant fly flying around.
I have one too that's flying around in here.
That I am just waiting.
Get it.
Fuck up. But it is, I'm talking like Big Mama. I've killed 2 baby ones, and I think she's pissed.
Let's get into this question, and then we'll get a jabroni of the week, and we'll get ready to wrap it up here. But yeah, who would be 5 wrestlers next in line versus Asuka in her title reign? We have to name.
I can't. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have trouble naming 5 wrestlers.
Asuka, you got that? You got that Raw roster pulled up?
Actually, you know what? I kind of, not to brag or anything, I was playing 2K before we hopped on here, so I can, and it's updated, so I can.
So you got your updated.
I got my updated rosters, so if you bear with me, we can fuck around and find out.
All right, so next in line, I mean.
All right, well, you have to automatically consider Bianca. Automatically consider Charlotte.
Wait, so we gotta think of brands now.
Well, you know, Charlotte was never drafted, was she?
Was she not?
No,
she was drafted. No, she was drafted, definitely. Because I remember like commenting on it, saying like, "Why would you?" I'm pretty sure she's on a brand.
So I'm not gonna talk about Alba Fire or Aaliyah. Who we got next? Asuka, obviously. Bailey, who is in the Money in the Bank.
You got Becky Lynch is with Zoe Starks right now. If you, they still got.
Oh, they're on Raw, bro. We're talking Asuka, Bianca. Who else? No, she's pregnant. She's pregnant. So I have Charlotte on SmackDown. So I'm assuming she's on SmackDown.
Yeah, she's on SmackDown.
Kai, she's injured. Dana Brooks, like, weirdly on NXT. This isn't good at all.
Yeah, it's a good question because I mean,
I'm running. Io Sky, another one, but she's also in Money in the Bank. I'm down to the I's. Now I'm down to the J's, actually.
Gonna have some NXT girls maybe soon.
Well, I'm about to fucking run into some, I guess. There's Lacey Evans.
I could see that.
I would love to see Mia Yim, just because I'm a fan of the club. Zelina.
Zelina had a title shot recently.
Yeah, all right. Yeah,
Lacey Evans makes sense just for someone.
Yeah, but she's a heel, and we gotta think. We're smarter than that.
Yeah, Lacey Evans, I definitely think would be.
I think Shotzi's up there. I would love to see Shotzi get an actual opportunity here.
And Asuka's so weird where it's like people like her, but she's like kind of a heel.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what Tamina's doing, but she's on SmackDown. If you want to.
There's always someone there like that, like a Tamina and Natalia. Someone there who's just a step up and they get a title shot, and then.
So after Tamina, that was it. So I mean, yeah, I would definitely say Bianca, Charlotte, Shotzi. I would put in there.
Lacey,
I don't know if I would put her in there before others.
Lacey, I feel like is up there as the I feel like she would just be a random
I would put
whatever's after SummerSlam, or even a random TV title defense.
I would put Mia in there before Lacey.
I was gonna round out the 5 with her. Mia, Lacey,
all
the usuals.
Charlotte, Bianca,
Shotzi.
Pretty crazy that we didn't pick Io or Bailey.
Because they're kind of in their own little inner feud for now.
You're right.
They're coming up on a year now, right? SummerSlam will be a year of Damage Control.
Yep, I believe so.
Asuka's definitely a tweener. I like her. Hey?
Yeah. Well,
she's the champion because Bianca wouldn't wear some goggles.
Piece of shit. Idiot.
Well, she had to wear some goggles.
We can go to Jabroni of the Week because something just popped up on my Twitter.
Oh, yeah. It's that time. It's time for Jabroni of the Week.
Johnny Cena went to town riding on a pony. Rock stuck a feather up his ass and called him a jabroni.
Exciting stuff. All right, it's that time. So many jabronis out there, so little time. Jabroni of the Week. Mike, start this off. It seems like
I've just come across one actually. I wanted to. Well, first off, allow me to show off the very much suspected baseball jersey that my wife got me.
That's awesome.
She also got me the purple Undertaker jersey.
I thought it was one of those John Cena cum rags for a second.
No.
I was like, whoa, she got you a John Cena cum rag? Sweet.
This is very nice.
Awesome.
Not too heavy. It matches my Phillies stuff. So very cool. Can't wait to wear the purple Undertaker one. All right. So I try to, I mean, if you're not from Philly, fat laces, get ready for this. I mean, you have I-95, just try to incorporate what happened with I-95 onto this. Pretty crazy. But then it's like, who would be Jabroni of the Week in that case? I don't want to make fun of the deceased. I don't want to make fun of the highway itself because despite the fact that it's always under construction, I mean, it's not its fault that it melted away. So I have here. I don't know if I follow this account or if this is just a random one. I can't go too far into it because I don't know this person and I don't know the details. I'm literally going based off the headline that I'm about to read to you. An Indiana mom has been arrested after she was busted riding a bike across town with her crying 2-month-old twins stashed in a milk crate. And there's a picture of the milk crate. And the babies are in nothing but a diaper. Both of them. Yeah. So I don't have much else to say about that.
Yeah,
Indiana mom. You're Jabroni of the Week.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean,
Easy
that's
limit.
kinda...
Easy. No promo. You just suck. And there's a picture of her mugshot too. She looks just like an awful parent. The Twitter account is called Daily Loud. If you're interested, but there you have it.
That's...
Also, apparently, there was another segment with American Alpha yesterday.
Oh, man, I missed it.
With the Viking Raiders. So there's that.
Had happened in the last hour. Damn it. I'll check it out.
I fast forwarded it this morning and I still didn't see that.
All right. So I'm actually going to agree with a legend here on Jabroni of the Week, someone I've given Jabroni of the Week to many times on here before, and that's Mick Foley.
Wow.
But he was quoted.
Wait, you're agreeing with him?
I'm agreeing with him. But there's a lot of people I follow me, that they're still... All right, so basically this is what it's going down to.
You got a gimmick here, sir.
If you're still complaining about the booking decision of Roman Reigns, or whatever, if you thought that Cody should have won the title and you're still complaining about it, there we go, that's better worded. You are the Jabroni of the Week. I've been seeing just these quote tweets and all of this stuff of people. I don't know how at this point you can honestly sit here and say that Cody Rhodes winning the title at WrestleMania would have been better. I don't get it. And it would not have. What are we just doing then? Just the way everything, like, just when people think they, and again, it's going to sound like I think I know better than other people. It's just my opinion. But anyway, I saw this get, Mick Foley said, I think it's important that the title not go to Cody Rhodes because I think what Cody is going through in this series, Brock Lesnar is giving him the credential so that when he does, everyone will feel like he deserves it. And again, like, it's part of it. Again, it's just, we're doing the hard time. Like, it's just like, I don't understand why people are so, if they just don't want to accept it, or they're doing the whole hard times thing. You got to hit your most rock bottom before you can come back up. And people thought that his rock bottom was with Seth and the Hell in a Cell and the surgery and all that. And it just, you have to accept that that wasn't the rock bottom yet. The rock bottom was WrestleMania 39. It's going to continue now. And it's just like, I'm sorry that's not what all of these people wanted, but it's wrestling. You're never going to get what you want, ever, for the most part. Like, that's why you get moments like me when someone mentions WrestleMania 31 8 years ago, and I get goosebumps and go, oh, yeah, because there's those moments that are so far between each other that something like that happens that gets you a reaction like that, where the goosebumps are here again because I mentioned WrestleMania 31. And I think about all the cool stuff. I think about Dolph and Daniel Bryan and headbutting each other on the top. There's a lot of good stuff. Think about how Damian Sandow should have won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, even though it wouldn't have meant anything in the long run. There's things like this, but it's just like when things don't, like, you can't really say right now because, like, look at the Bloodline storyline. It's been the best thing in wrestling for a very long time, and it's still marinating at this point. There's still so many good things to go with this. And it's just the people still just complaining about this. I just saw a lot over the weekend. All of you, Jabroni of the Week. Bitches.
Johnny Cena went to town riding on a pony. Rock stuck a feather up his ass and called him a jabroni.
You know, nobody wants a slow burn anymore.
No, it's
Why? How does that affect your life? Tell me, how does it affect your life? It doesn't. Most of the people that complain, you know what they do? They watch AEW. That's what they do. Most of the people that are complaining about that are watching AEW right now and prefer AEW. Which, hey, that's your preference. That's your preference.
There's so much wrestling out there. You don't, I mean, I'm sorry Cody didn't beat Roman. I'm sorry. But
hey, look, man, I'm a Cody fan, but I'm just saying.
We don't have the pen to paper. We just have fun with it.
Yeah, that's all.
Let's check the comments here. One words. We got a wow.
I wonder what that was too.
Probably a huge code. Maybe laces, Pensacola. No, you gotta be you just gotta be for Roman.
He's gotta be Although isn't Florida like the birthplace of AEW? He might be an AEW fan.
Might be.
Well, in that case, he might be a Cody fan.
He was in Jacksonville that whole time.
Come on, Fat Laces, help me out here. He's definitely part of it. Okay, yeah, nice. Throw him up. All right. Cool.
Part of the ones.
Oh, part of the ones. Okay.
Yes. All right, but we are gonna get ready to wrap it up here.
We do have to show, pay our respects to Legend this week, who unfortunately passed on.
There should be a whole
whole thing. Death should be the jabroni of the week.
That is true.
As Death took the Iron Sheik from us.
Yes.
Never seen him wrestle outside of a gimmick battle royal at WrestleMania, but I'm a huge fan of his Twitter.
Yes, I mean, one of the word jabroni. I mean, it's the originator.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
he's like the patron saint almost. I was saying.
Yeah, I mean, we have this segment at the start of the show where everyone's saying jabronis, and we're a small part of the people trying to keep the word alive, along with the others in the opening segment of this show. Iron Sheik is definitely a what's the word I'm looking for? A trailblazer in keeping the word jabroni relevant today. So rest easy, Iron Sheik.
We love you, Sheik. We were not going to be Mark bitch fake jabronis.
Bitch ass jabronis.
Yeah. Fuck Hogan, but we love Hogan at the same time. Like, he would always rib Hogan, but he loved Hogan. But
yeah, love jabronis.
But you could catch all episodes of the Jabronis. They're all available on YouTube. You can go to youtube.com where the Jabronis pod. You can check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you get your podcasts. Search for the Jabronis. It's all there. The whole back catalog on YouTube. We got the playlist going all the way back. Twitter, you can follow us, Jabronis Pod, as well as on Twitch, which we haven't been live a lot recently. So we've just started going back to the live gimmick everywhere. So Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, it's all available there now. That's where you can find us. You can follow me on Twitter. I am at Happy Jabroni.
I am Philly Jabroni 1.
We the ones.
Yes.
Just show next week. I on doing this Tuesday. Next Tuesday, I have to go to New York and have a little surgery done.
Oh man.
So yeah, blood vessels are all entangled. I've been dealing with this for years. Many surgeries in PA. So we're making our way to New York City next week. So maybe we'll hit up a little bit. I want to talk about Collision. I want to talk about Raw, but maybe Dynamite too. Maybe like next week. Maybe we do like a Thursday. Maybe
Thursday, Friday, something like that. Well, I'm all about that. Well, I'm all about that life. Absolutely.
So we can tackle the Collision premiere. We can talk about more build up to Money in the Bank, and we can talk about what's going on with Dynamite, and they got to build up the Forbidden Door and all that stuff. We're gonna have more jabronis. We're gonna have more nonsense.
There's always jabronis.
Anything else?
No, I think that's it. I think we're good.
And special shout out to our good friend hanging out and talking, giving us some questions.
Appreciate that.
Pensacola. We'll hopefully be talking to you soon. And everybody have a wonderful week. Until next time, jabronis. Out.
Jabroni, JABRONIXYZ ABC. Oh, it doesn't matter how you spell jabroni.
We don't believe you, jabronis. We don't believe you, jabronis. We don't